Yesterday, we did see now Ricardo Calafiori, of course, joining in his teammates, that is for the pre-season games where they have traveled into, and he was only welcomed by all his teammates. He was welcomed by, there is the manager, Mikel Arteta, in there, who also, I saw a clip where Mikel Arteta asked him to say a word if he had wished to. There is to, of course, his teammates, and all he did say was he's happy to be here, and he wishes he thinks, or he wishes to have a very bright future at there is Arsenal in there. And more of the stories, of course, will be rolling up in there, and of course a couple of stories that definitely will be coming through. Yesterday we did discuss Olympics, and it is currently what is literally trending in there, the games that are going down the other side. And then over the weekend we also did see a couple of pre-season games. A couple of pre-season games where we did see Manchester City playing AC Milan. We did see Vancouver playing Wrexham. Wrexham also did play Chelsea summer. We did see Arsenal play Manchester United. We did see Columbus Crew playing, there is Aston Villa. West Ham United did play Wolves, and moreover, of course, the stories are coming through. And by the way, the Olympics games are going down in Paris. I can confirm to you, Team Japan is spearheading and almost collecting all the medals down the other side. If you look at Team Japan, they already have a couple of 6 medals in there and 2 silvers. Team France has 5, those are gold medals. Team France already has 5, and then China also is in top 3, in position number 3 with 5 medals, and then Australia also has 5, and Team Uganda, just like I had said, that we have not yet, of course, we have not yet registered in any medal down there. And then remember, there is a competition that has been organized, and it involves legendary schools or historical schools. In the we did see in the first roundup of the competitions within Arua here, of course, we did see St. Aloysius College Napea, who was put in their group with there is Varasina Secondary School, and then summer we also did see St. Joseph's College Ombachi, that was put with St. Charles Luanga in there. And then we did see the first rounds ending on where the games are played home and away. It's played home and away. And then we did see Vara Senior Secondary School ejecting St. Aloysius College Napea on a home and away basis. And then for between St. Charles Luanga and St. Joseph's College Ombachi, we did see St. Charles Luanga, of course, ejecting. There is a St. Joseph's College Ombachi in there. And then somehow it went to the second, the next round. And in the next round, we also did see there is a team, St. Charles Luanga College playing Vara Senior Secondary School, and Vara Senior Secondary School did beat St. Charles Luanga in the first round, which took place at Vara Senior Secondary School playgrounds, and they did beat them 2-1. And then in the return leg, where we did see Vara Senior Secondary School going to, there is St. Charles Luanga in San Siro. They named their playground as San Siro. We did see St. Charles beating there is Vara Senior Secondary School, and they did eject them in there. And then in over the weekend, we also did see a couple of schools. This competition is not only for West Nile, it is for traditional schools across the country. Now, into the round of 16, we are going to be seeing a couple of schools qualifying in there. As Vara Senior Secondary School went to St. Charles Luanga, we did see, of course, them picking in a defeat down in Koboko. And of course, in there, we did see other schools also taking part in the same competition across the country, where Gulu High was playing. There is a Laibi College, and Laibi College did beat Gulu High 1-0. And then on aggregate 2-3, we did see Laibi College, of course, pushing it through to there is the next round of 16. And then Komboni College and of course Lango College did play a 1-1 draw. But then Lango College won on a 2-1 aggregate basis, and we did see Lango College going through in there. And then until the round of 16, of course, we did see schools qualifying. Some of these schools, of course, include Nganwa High School. There is Mutolere Secondary School, Mengo Senior School, Chibuli Secondary School, and then Namiliango College, St. Joe's College, Laibi, Ginger College, Ngora High School, and then Sebei College. And then Lamo College, St. Charles Luanga, Koboko, Masaka, and then also there is one other school that did just qualify recently into there is the round over 16 in there. And of course, from here, the schools are also going to be facing themselves on a knockout basis this time around. When you hit once, you pack up your bags and go. So the whole of West Nile region is particularly now being represented by, there is one single school that comes from Koboko, and it is St. Charles Luanga College that literally now is representing the entire West Nile region. Yeah, we did see 4 schools that coming through from there is West Nile. It was Mvara Senior Secondary School. We didn't see St. Aloysius Nyampea Senior Secondary School. We did see St. Joseph's College Ombachi, and also St. Charles Luanga. And the 3 dropped simply because probably they didn't play their games very well. Over the weekend, when Mvara, of course, did go to Koboko, we expected that Mvara was going to beat there is a St. Charles Luanga because they did beat them while home here. But then, with the way that side of things didn't work out the way most of us expected, yeah. So basically, we did see Mvara losing out to St. Charles Luanga. So all of us that are within West Nile, I would basically say that now it is time to, of course, come through, and we literally have to come through and rally. There is behind, we have to come through and rally behind St. Charles Luanga College, Koboko, because now they are the only school that is representing us into there is the schools ongoing, the legendary school ongoing, the games are in there. And then also somehow looking at a little bit of transfers, yeah. Looking at a little bit of transfers, not so much. Just like I had said, we already discussed the biggest transfer in the country. There is, of course, coming through from Mohamed Shabana, who gets to cross to El Hilal. Quite a very interesting move there, which is actually a very good one for him. That is something we did discuss yesterday. And then also we did look at something about Mustafa Chiza, who now has confirmed his second departure from there is a KCA. And we also did look at what next for Mustafa Chiza in there. And then in other transfers, Ibrahim Juma has also returned to KCCA after, of course, his loan spell at Spanish second division side CD Legenza gets over in there. Quite a very, very impressive one. And then also we shall be crossing over to we shall be crossing over to the Olympics, because literally in there is definitely what is taking place down there. In the Olympics, yeah, we did see one cyclist representing there is Team Uganda. We did see one other person, there is Catherine Grace Noble, who also is representing Uganda in rowing, boat rowing in there. And she has literally, it has been 20 years since Team Uganda, of course, went into rowing and took part in that game. In there is the Olympics game. But then after 20 years, we did see Catherine coming through to, of course, represent her Team Uganda in there. And just after 2 days into there is Olympics, she comes through to, of course, say that she will be resigning after the Olympics games are in there. And of course, we don't know how good that is. We don't know how good that is for Team Uganda. Basically, we did not participate in the Olympics games in that particular sports discipline for 20 years. And then also, when it came to when it came to cycling, we have stayed for 40 years. I don't know if you also did know that bit of it. We've stayed for 40 years. without being represented in the Olympics games in cycling. Yeah. So this time around we got one gentleman in the names of Muhammad that literally is already in France, Paris, representing Team Uganda in cycling. There is the Olympics games, and then in Paris also, Nsubuga, who has also gone there to represent Team Uganda, makes it that is to a 4. It's sweet to cover a major championship with a bunch of colleagues. The Paris Olympics are getting into greater gear, as of course interesting programs are already there ongoing. By close of first week, Uganda had 4 journalists in. There is France, yeah, and also in some of the games, boat rowing was of course one of the games that I said we needed to watch. Disciplines like rowing may not attract audiences like for football or aquatics. Aquatics is swimming, yeah. Most of you could be wondering what, of course, that could be. And of course, in some of the stories that are literally taking place in Paris, we shall be expecting medals. I think now we shall be expecting medals in swimming, because if you look at some of the games, in there is some of the games that are taking place in the Olympics games. You literally get to see that Team Uganda has not had any medal. I already did give you the list of countries that already have medals in there, and of course, the teams already that have medals included Japan, that's the lead with 6 medals. We did see Austria 5, China 5, and the rest, yeah, in there. But now when it comes to Team Uganda, we've not registered any medal in there, surprisingly. And the groupings of the medal, of course, now goes down into the winnings. The athletics have started, and then we did see Japan. Somewhere I watched one. We did see there is also Japan taking in the lead there. And then in basketball, South Sudan is leading and doing very well, by the way, down there in Paris, and they're doing their country so proud. This is the first time South Sudan is taking part in the Olympics. There is basketball, but then they are doing quite very well down there, and they have so far played 2 games. They also played Puerto and did beat them, and then one other nation which they did beat them, and South Sudan is doing quite very well, and we shall be compiling more of the stories coming through from the Olympics. We are right now crossing for a very short commercial break. We shall return. Keep it locked to West Nile TV.